Good afternoon. So first and foremost, I want to thank everybody who's ever encouraged me to kind of make sure I talk more about saving and investing and bringing more content from an everyday person perspective, working a 9-to-5 job. So one of the things that I want to bring forth on my channel here is, I want to ask you all, first and foremost, what is it you want to see? What more do you want to, hear from someone like myself? Again, I know I share a lot of information online, but definitely want to hear in the comments what feedback you would want to have. I do want to be clear in stating the purpose of my channel is to, again, help everyday people who are working a 9-to-5 job, how to save and invest and get to the point where you're not necessarily reliant upon that job. Another big purpose of this channel is to really help Generation Z, the generation right behind mine. I am an older millennial, and hopefully to avoid some of the pitfalls that we have had in Generation X and baby boomers before us. Really want to help you all get out ahead with things that I've learned that can be helpful to you. Certainly want to help also millennials in my age group, mid to late 30s, prepare for age 50. You don't want to have to experience ageism when we reach that point. So I do want to encourage you to kind of save and invest as well. So in addition, the purpose of this channel will be to speak a lot about saving and investing from a long-term perspective, meaning you'll be holding different investments, at least a 10-year period plus. Not that you won't rebalance, but you do have them at least a good 10-year period. So if you're looking for day trading information, I'm not necessarily the place for that. Not saying that isn't successful, but that's not the lane here. On occasion, I'll also provide some real estate tips on some things that I've done in real estate that can also be helpful from, again, an everyday person perspective. And oftentimes I think what happens is we read and hear about people's successes, but we don't necessarily know what it took to get there. We see the success, but what steps did you take, or what actual investment fund did you use to get to where you're at? So we'll be talking a lot about certain specific strategies and funds particularly that you can put your money in for the long term. I'll also have people on occasion, guest speakers on here, who will speak about investing, real estate, and taxes, again from an everyday person perspective. So one of the three things I want to leave you guys with, ending 2020, heading into 2021, it doesn't matter where you're at currently in life. One of the three things, again, I want to leave you with is if you have a 401k with your job, make sure at minimum you are getting the company match. Otherwise, you're throwing money away. I've had that happen with family members and friends, not at least getting the company match. And we'll talk more about the specifics behind why that is, but that's free money. Also want to encourage you, number two, to open up a Roth IRA in particular. That's going to empower you long-term with taxes and those implications down the road. So definitely want to encourage you to open a Roth IRA. And then lastly, with the specific fund I want you to all to maybe take a look at that's worked long-term is the S&P 500 Index Fund. And for this particular, I'll use Vanguard ETF. VOO is the symbol. Again, VOO. It has a very low fee of 0.03%, which means for every $10,000 that you have invested, you'll only pay $3 for that fund. So again, that's just a introduction to what I plan to bring in terms of content this year. Again, thank everyone for the encouragement, and look forward to bringing great content to you guys here in 2021 and ending 2020 on a good note. Appreciate it.